Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. But right now, there is no love lost for the situation unfolding at the Wells Fargo Center. When the 76 ERS signed Paul George, they thought they had the final piece of the puzzle, a superstar trio, a guaranteed ticket to the NBA Finals. But fast forward to today, and the script has flipped completely. We aren't talking about a championship parade. We are talking about a crisis, injuries, mental health battles, and the terrifying reality of a playoff dream dying before it even begins. This isn't just a story about basketball. This is a story about the penalty of pressure, the weight of expectations, and a franchise on the brink of collapse. Let's get one thing straight. Paul George is a Hall of Fame talent, but the NBA is a cold business. When PG-13 signed that massive max contract, the expectation was clear. Help Joel Embiid win now. Yet, here we are. The 76ers are fighting just to stay relevant. Why? Because availability is the best ability. And George has been absent a lot. But this goes deeper than just a sore knee or a hamstring strain. To understand the current penalty Paul George is paying, we have to look at the mental toll. Remember the bubble in 2020? Paul George was open, vulnerable, and honest. He spoke about his battles with depression and anxiety. He called it the darkest place he had ever been. He struggled on the court, and the world watched. He showed us that even superheroes are human. That mental health battle changed the narrative. It made him relatable, but in Philadelphia, vulnerability is often mistaken for weakness. The fans here are ruthless. They don't care about explanations, they care about results. The mental toll of playing in a high-pressure market like Philly, combined with a body that isn't responding the way it used to, that is a heavy burden to carry. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. The NBA has strict policies. The league's anti-drug program and their rules on pain management are tighter than ever. We have seen players get flagged and suspended for using substances to mask pain. Substances that might be legal elsewhere, but are banned in the league. While there is no official report of a violation for George, the speculation runs wild. How do players cope with the grind? How do they push through injuries that should require surgery? The temptation to cross the line is real. For a player like George, whose body is his livelihood, walking that fine line between recovery and a violation is a dangerous game. One wrong step, one wrong supplement, and the league brings down the hammer. The penalty isn't always a suspension, sometimes. But the penalty is the criticism, the label of being fragile, the whispers that he can't handle the heat, and what about the 76ers? This was supposed to be the year. Joel Embiid is fighting his own body every single night. The window is closing fast. If the 76ers miss the playoffs, it is a disaster of epic proportions. Daryl Morey took a massive gamble. He bet on talent over durability. Right now, the house is winning. Paul George is stuck in the middle. He wants to play. He wants to silence the critics. But the mental fatigue of constantly rehabilitating, constantly answering questions about his health, and constantly looking over his shoulder at the standings, it creates a prison of its own. So, what happens next? Does Paul George find a way to turn the page? Can the 76 ERs salvage a season that is spiraling out of control? Or is this the beginning of the end for the Embiid-George era, before it even really started? One thing is for sure, in the NBA, the penalty for failure is silence. And right now, Philadelphia is getting very loud. What do you think? Is the criticism of Paul George fair? Or are we asking too much of our stars? Let us know in the comments. Like and subscribe to Overtime Drama for more deep dives into the stories behind the game. We'll see you in the next one.